Hello, everyone. Welcome to Project 24. I'm Adrian. Uh, can I say the Bucks are your Super Bowl champions? What a game the other day. And I'm going to go on about that. But first off, I want to talk about something else before we start all that. I learned yesterday that somebody I knew personally was the victim of a shooting and unfortunately passed away. Um, as many of you, maybe in the Brampton community and the Toronto community, have heard there was a young man that passed away. Yes, Monday night, and they identified him. The police identified him yesterday. His name was Michael Berchie. I knew Michael years ago. We used to work together at one of my old jobs. We worked together in a retail store. We got to get to know each other pretty well. I was worked in the same department as him, and we actually did work together a lot. He was seemed like again, he seemed he was he had a good head on his shoulders. He was going to school, going to university, and he's always making jokes, always laughing, always making everybody laugh. He was usually he had spread some positive vibes in the workplace there. Uh, yeah, I was really upset yesterday when I heard that. Um, all I could say again is to his family and to his friends that are really close to him. I just wish you my deepest condolences. Here at Project 24, we wish you our deepest condolences. And I just I'm so fed up of seeing people in my community either getting shot and killed or overdosing on drugs, and I'm always hearing about it. And it's uh, it's really sad. The government's got again. I don't want to make this political, but this is someone's got to do something. I don't know, government. Maybe there's other resources, but we got to do something to stop this. This gun violence in the city is so bad. It's been bad for about 3.5, 4 years now. I've been seeing a lot of the gun violence going up in the Toronto area too. It's unfortunate. He was 23, so he was a year younger than me. Again, had such a bright future ahead of him from the looks of it. Going to school and doing things like that, making moves. But again, my deepest condolences go to Michael's family and his friends at this time. It's very, very sad news. Found out yesterday. I checked my phone and I checked Instagram and pulled up on somebody's story, and yeah, I was shocked. I was speechless, and still thinking about him a lot. Michael, rest in peace. Hope his family's doing okay during this tough time. It's unfortunate. As a parent too, it's the worst feeling ever. You never want to bury your kids. As a parent, your kids are supposed to bury you. It's not the other way around, and it's horrible. So again, rest in peace, and hope just praying for them right now. That's it. Anyways, Tom Brady though, and the Bucks looking really good that other day. Played great defense. Brady, considering like Brady still played a good game, even though the defense won in that game. He threw for over 200 yards. He got 3 TD passes, connected with Gronk for two of those, won the Super Bowl MVP, which is obviously always what happens. It's always the quarterback. I said on the Super Bowl episode. Uh, I know again everyone's complaining about the refs and obviously the refs this, the refs that, but like doesn't matter who or who was refing the game or what. Like the Chiefs were they didn't play good. You're not winning a Super Bowl when you're scoring 3 field goals in the whole damn game. You're not. It doesn't matter what the refs did. It doesn't matter like who, like whatever you think. Like you're not winning a Super Bowl with 3 field goals. Bunch of fucking NFL QAnon fucking conspiracy theorists over here. Jesus Christ. Don't like you're not like and what is Tyrann Matthew doing? What's Honey Badger doing talking shit to Brady when they're down 21-6? Like, bro, you have no right to talk shit. Like zero right. What are you doing? Um, Also, like again, happy for Brady and Gronk getting it done. Obviously they have won what, like four Super Bowls together now. I think four. And yeah, no, that's unbelievable stuff they're doing over there. Um, yeah, no, I'm so happy seeing on Sunday. I was seeing for TD passes. It was giving me chills. It was making me really happy inside, and really happy for them to come back together and you know just to get it done. Uh, Man, man, I gotta say, the again, like the Bucks defense was just fantastic. Can't go wrong with that. Like, and again, Tom Brady. I'll explain why he's one of my favorite athletes. Well, I'll explain now. My four favorite athletes in every sport is Brady. You got Tom Brady there in any NFL. Josh Donaldson in MLB. Steven Stamkos in the NHL, and Jamal Murray in the NBA. Tom, what I like about him, not just his ability, like his athletic ability, it's more so his influence on and off the field. How hard he works every year. He just has that Mamba mentality like Kobe does, and just always those great athletes always have that kind of drive. Um, and he just, again, year after year, just prepares the same way. Even if he wins a Super Bowl, he always looking towards that next one. He's never satisfied. Always wants that next one. Always looking to win more, and that's why he's won seven Super Bowls, 7 for 10, 700 winning percentage in the Super Bowl for him. That's pretty remarkable. He has more Super Bowls than any franchise. He has more Super Bowls than any franchise in the NFL. Like that's pretty freaking crazy. Um, yeah, no, his influence goes a long way. Usually, like again, have always said in the past, now especially lately, try not to get too influenced on with celebrities and stuff like that. But I think Tom Brady and Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, those are guys that are a little bit different because of how their their drive to win. It's more than just sports. Like people can use that in their everyday life, in their careers or jobs. Do whatever it takes to be the best, and be better the next day. So I always take that. I always cherish that from Tom Brady is his drive to win, and just again always tries to be better the next day. He's a phenomenal athlete and phenomenal influence. Again, a lot of kids my age, and even younger or older, um, pretty privileged to see an athlete like that. We were blessed with Kobe Bryant, Tom Brady, guys like that. I was not yet old enough to watch MJ play. Unfortunately, I didn't really get into basketball till after he played. But again, just watching his clips, it's a privilege to see, be able to witness some kind of thing like that. Um, but yeah, no, I gotta say his influence does go a long way for many. And yeah, no, he's phenomenal. Shout out Tom Brady, and also shout out to the weekend, man. He put up a great show, making Canada proud on Sunday night. Excuse me. Shout out to the weekend, bro. I gotta say, like, I love the weekend. I've been a fan for, maybe 5, 6 years now. Um, Now he put on a show, and again, he invested $7 million of his own money into it. It was pretty good. It was like, I was expecting this like more like display, like was a little bit more, but I mean, either way, it was still pretty awesome. You had the guys in the with the head bandages there, the dancers. It was pretty cool. One of them put on his TikTok about his experience and how nervous he was, and like that's a pretty awesome fucking thing there. That's pretty awesome to perform at the Super Bowl. So shout out to the weekend and his crew there. Sorry, and the dancers and everybody put on a show Sunday night. I really loved that halftime show. That was one of the better ones I think I've seen in a while. Ones that I genuinely enjoyed. Like that was like usually with the halftime show, it's like, yeah, like I'll watch it, but I'm like my eyes are not like glued to the TV like they were on Sunday night. So yeah, shout out to the weekends from a young man just making singing song covers on the streets of Toronto when like on a poor quality cell phone to Super Bowl halftime show performer. That's big moves, my friend. We're very us Canadians here. We're very proud of you, and we love you. And keep doing what you're doing, man. And your face looks better, by the way. I thought your your plastic surgery thing, but no, looking good, brother. I thought it was gonna be bad, but no, you're looking all right there, homie. You're looking all right there. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that, and yeah, no, that's it was good. It was a good game overall. I found just everything. I enjoyed the atmosphere. It was in Tampa, Tampa Bay. Like the Bucks win the Super Bowl in Tampa, like first team to ever do that. And yeah, no, it was good history all around. Obviously, Tom Brady winning his seventh now. Like that was a historical night in so many ways, and I'm just happy that I was able to see that, and many millions of others. You guys witnessed history on Sunday, so good for everybody that witnessed that and enjoyed the game. And I hope everyone did enjoy that game. It's been tough times for all of us, and it's just good to at least we enjoyed the game, and that's that, right? Um, somebody, man, I gotta say, this was another success story. Um, kind of really inspired me. And maybe it'll inspire others. But Antonio Brown, um, yeah, that's all I can say. Antonio Brown, from his time in Oakland, where he caused all the social media meltdowns, and he was like begging for a release from the Raiders and fighting everybody on Twitter and getting into fights with different celebrities, like Logan Paul was one of them. I remember they were going at it. Twitter. They actually saw each other at I think one of Jake's fights, and they were both there, and they started like getting face to face, and uh, all sorts of other legal problems. Like he would get in trouble with the law. His baby mama, I remember, pulled up to his house, and there was like a whole domestic dispute. I remember it was on. He put on his Instagram live. Actually, it was really sad. After that, I was like, yeah, he's really hit low, like rock bottom when I saw that. And a couple other things. There was also the NFL got involved, but with the sexual assault allegations against him, and I still don't know if they're proven. Personally, I don't even know if they were real. I have a feeling the NFL just didn't want him in the game because of the bad branding that he was negative press that he was bringing to the sport. So I think personally they didn't care if the allegations were real or not. They just didn't want anything to do with him at the time because he was bringing a lot of negative press towards the sport of football, the NFL, with his antics. He even froze his toes. He got like freezer burn or whatever. He was in like one of those cold tubs or whatever, and then there was the whole thing with his helmet. The Raiders wouldn't let him wear. The NFL wouldn't let him wear a certain helmet that he liked to wear. He threatened to retire. He again begged for a release on Twitter from the Raiders, and then there was the craziest one was John Gruden. The video of John Gruden he posted on his YouTube channel with he recorded the phone call between him and John Gruden during his antics. That was insane. Like I was like, wow. Like I was like, what is going on with this guy? He is just not in the right state of mind. I don't know what it was. I know there was problems in Pittsburgh. He quit on them the last game of the season there. In 2018, he just didn't show up to week 16. He didn't show up to the game. There was some bad blood there was a lot of bad blood in the Steelers locker room that year with Le'Veon holding out that season, and Ben Roethlisberger was being a dick apparently, and obviously AB was done with it. Obviously, there's a lot of things we don't know, and I'm not going to comment further because I don't know either, and I don't want to make up rumors. But yeah, I'm going to say is this guy. I thought personally, I thought his NFL career was done last year after all the bridges he burned, and a lot of the teams didn't want to touch him. I know for facts, if I'm correct here, I think Belichick didn't really want him either in New England, but Tom Brady was the one that like kind of like handcuffed him into signing him, right? And I mean, I was happy when they brought AB. I was like, oh, this is like the good wide receiver that Tom Brady needs. Like, maybe maybe this can be like the guy. And only lasted 2 games. Those allegations came. He got suspended, and it was just it was just downhill from there for him. Uh, Recently though, like last year, he kind of stayed off Twitter. Finally, he was like stopped. He was more focused. And again, he was just working hard. You just saw his videos on his Instagram, just working hard, grinding, working in the gym, working on the field, just try to get back. And then again, he missed football. I remember at first he said, "I don't need football," and then obviously he missed it, and he apologized for everything. I remember he apologized for everything he said and did to a lot of people, and obviously he was looking for a second chance. And now look, after all those insane things that happened, a lot of backbreaking mistakes that he made. Um, Now look, he's Super Bowl champion. That's like one of the biggest success stories I've ever seen in my life. That also tells you too, guys, like if you make a mistake in life, 9 out of 10 times, depending what you do, you will get a second chance. And life is full of new opportunity if you're willing to do the work and you're willing to own your problems, take accountability, and be a better person, right? And realize where you went wrong. Life is full of new chances. Life will give you a second chance always. And he took full advantage of this second chance. He kept his head cool. Tom Brady was looking after him. Apparently, he might have stayed in Tom Brady's guest home at first in Tampa, if this is correct. I don't know if that's true. Maybe true. Tom Brady was always a big believer in him. Always wanted him from day one. Even back in the New England days, he always wanted Antonio Brown, and they both wanted to be on the same team, and I could tell they have a good relationship. And Tom brought him into Tampa, and that just shows the tremendous leadership of Tom Brady too. Like he literally lets him stay in his guest house, and even with all the controversy and all the problems he caused for the league, the negative the PR, negative PR that he caused for the league, he still believed in him and knew he was a good person and obviously great potential a football player, which he's phenomenal. And he just turned it around, and Tom believed in him. And that's like I gotta say, Tom Brady, your leadership on and off the field. And what I was saying earlier about his leadership too, like one response I liked from him was he was on the Howard Stern show last year during the lockdowns, like in April or something. And he like the worldwide lockdowns, right? And he was on the Howard Stern show, and Howard asked him like, "How do you feel politically?" And his answer was, and I like this. This one always sticks to me. Like even to this day, I still think about this quote. And I and I think this is the right way to do it. And he said, I don't really like to think about or lead with modern politics because modern politics are very divisive. I like to lead my team in other ways. On and off the field, I like to lead in other ways. And very good response because, yes, modern politics are very toxic and divisive. And a lot of athletes don't realize that when they try to lead with politics, right? Like, I mean, hey, you're entitled to have your own opinion. Don't get me wrong. We're all humans here. We can all feel however we want about certain things, right? But it's hard when you're kind of in that public image, right? In that public platform. It's not always the right thing to do. And it can be sometimes even dangerous because people are so easily influenced by public figures and athletes. And so, I like that response. Again, you could lead in other ways. There's other ways to lead besides politics and politically, right? So, again, that proves more about how how good of a guy he is and how great of a leader he is off the field too, in the locker room. I've heard many good stories about him, but I don't want to keep on going on. you guys know how much I like him. I just wanted to talk about his influence on this episode. Definitely was worth talking about. And Antonio Brown, I gotta say, bro. Even Logan Paul even tweeted said, "I'm happy for AB, man. Like he turned his life around, and he sure did. I gotta say." And seeing I was looking pictures of him with his kids yesterday. He was holding the Super Bowl trophy with them. Like I was like not gonna lie, I was getting emotional, and I was starting to tear up a little bit. Um, yeah, no, I gotta say it's again very good. That's a feel good story, I guess. I don't know, maybe not many people might agree with that because it's Antonio Brown, but it's inspiring and it tells you like if you make mistakes, as long as you learn from those mistakes and want to be better, then and know you and acknowledge your mistakes. That's all that matters. Like even like I was, I've confessed before too. Like I've made quite a few mistakes in my life. Recently, especially I've used like social media wrong in wrong ways, especially Twitter. I was just like Antonio Brown, not just having meltdowns. And this was years ago, but it's all about your state of mind. If you're not in the right state of mind, which I wasn't for years, really, I was not for years in the right state of mind. It's not an excuse. I hold myself accountable for everything I did and said to everybody, and I try to apologize to those people, and I do apologize to those people because I do regret a lot of the things I said and did, and words can hurt, and as long as you learn from those mistakes and you know you went wrong, then and I realized where I went wrong, and still hurts me to this day, that with some things I did in the past, but it's part of it. You learn. Sometimes you just gotta make mistakes to learn. You gotta learn the hard way, right? And I have obviously, but what can you do, right? That's life, and it just taught me the hard way. I've learned from my mistakes, and a lot of people have done the same thing. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to confess that too. Again, been thinking about it a lot lately, last maybe 6 months. But anyways, mistakes too. I don't know if you guys heard, but I mean, Patrick Laine in Columbus, man, like he was looking. From the looks of it, I was watching the game on Sunday afternoon and before the Super Bowl there, and he looked pretty good. Um, Scored 2 goals, and then Monday night he got benched. Um, there was rumors about it being his like because again there was like one goal like that he wasn't getting involved on the play defensively. It led to a goal, but apparently that rumor's been debunked. And I just heard like last night going into this morning that apparently Laine mouthed off to somebody on the Columbus coaching staff. Like he could just being disrespectful words. It was like basically quoted, and I was like, wow, that's not good. So he's mouthing off at the wrong people, and he learned, he made a mistake and he got benched for it. So I mean, obviously the attitude's a problem already. I had a feeling. I just think whenever Laine's done that contract in Columbus, he's just gonna. I think it's this year. I think the contract's done. He's gonna take off so quick. If I'm Columbus, honestly, aside from Seth Jones, this is the closest thing you have to a franchise player. So, I mean, Seth Jones is a franchise player now. He's proven that he's phenomenal. But Laine's on your offense. He's your best player right now. I saw even him just going up the neutral zone, dangling guys left and right, still holding onto the puck, still strong on the puck. Those kind of players are hard to come around. Like, yes, he's a liability. He's awful defensively. Um, Defensively, he just kind of just coasts around. He only does when he wants to, which is not really good. I understand. It's frustrating. Coaches like especially Tortorella. If you're not skating 200 feet, that guy's gonna shove his foot up your ass. But um, again, Laine, I don't know. They got to do something to keep him. If that even means firing Torts, then do it. That's honestly the best way because what else are they gonna do? He's probably gonna leave. If Torts is still there, which I personally, with the way they're the media circus right now with the Jackets, I don't know. I don't see how he stays, but who knows? Excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he stays. I thought Tortorella learned with being in the media all the time. The years in the past with the Rangers, Vancouver was another one, Tampa Bay, where he was always in the media causing like trouble. I thought he learned from that, but obviously not. Looked like he changed for a while. Like I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him. I understand he's a no bullshit kind of guy, but like, bro, sometimes you gotta be careful with how you conduct yourself to the media because, especially in the sports world too, like more so in the sports world, like they're gonna eat you alive, and they are, and they're not as bad as they used to be when he was on the other teams. Especially with Canadian media. Fuck. Lucky he's playing in Columbus, not like Vancouver again, or sorry, coaching in Vancouver again, or Toronto, or one of these teams. They need him alive. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. That's teams in a little bit of a hole right now. That team's maybe I understand why Dubois wanted to leave because Tortorella's an asshole. It's been proven he's an asshole, but I mean, players still respect him, but there's a lot of them that can't stand him. Obviously, I mean, it's pretty easy to hate the guy. Um, Also, I heard yesterday too. Shout out to Brian Burke, man, getting back in. Brian Burke and Ron Hextall. Fuck, man, the Penguins made some big moves yesterday. Hiring Ron Hextall as their GM and Brian Burke as their president of hockey ops. Good for Berkey, man. Personally, I thought he was done with the whole managing, like hockey managing aspect. I thought he was done. Seemed like it, he was kind of just chilling out on Sportsnet, and I'm kind of sad to see him leave Sportsnet. I liked him on there. He was pretty cool. He's a nice guy, and really kind of showed that he's actually like a really nice guy, and with a good heart. Like everybody loved him on Sportsnet. All the hockey fans loved him, and even on Twitter, he was really cool, like engaging with fans and stuff like that. And yeah. But I mean, hey, if you found a good opportunity, Berkey, go for it, buddy. I mean, obviously Pittsburgh, and he loves Pittsburgh. He said like something like Pittsburgh is the best sports city in North America or something like that. Like, yeah, it's one of the best. I don't know about the best, but one of the best definitely. They've won a lot of chips the last little while. So yeah, happy for Berkey there. He's gonna be Hextall's boss. Hextall's the GM. That was a surprising one though. Hextall being being a Flyers great, playing getting hired by the rival. Like that's I don't know if that's something petty or just, maybe he just wanted another crack at it, but we'll see how that goes. Ron Hextall wasn't all due respect to Ronnie Boy, but weren't really the best GM in Philly. I say that in the most respectful way possible. He made a lot of bad decisions with the team and put them in a bit of a hole. But hey, maybe you know what? Maybe he'll be better. And then now that he has like a guy like Burke that's going to be advising him more so and going to be overlooking all his decisions. So Burke's a good hockey mind. I mean, we all know of the whole Kessel trade. I mean, I don't know if I would have. He didn't really do a good job with that with the Leafs that back then. He just made the two trades for Kessel and Phaneuf and just said, all right, we have a playoff team, right? Wasn't really the best way. They didn't have much aside. They didn't have a center. They didn't have they didn't have great goaltending. Well, they did. They had Reimer, but they didn't have like a great team all around, right? They just had Kessel and Phaneuf who were young and studs at the time and couldn't really build around them. And Kessel is not really a player you build around. He's not a franchise player. He never has been. He never will be. But Phil's still a great hockey player. For man, those years in Toronto, it's just crazy how for all those years in Toronto, he didn't have a center. He didn't have much supporting cast around him, and still put up like 30 plus goals a year on an average, like a below average Leafs team like that. So I mean, I can't say, but obviously he's not the piece like to build your team around. He's a piece, but not the piece. Phaneuf was just I don't know what happened to him in Toronto. He started off really good there and just gradually just got worse and worse. His career started off really good in Calgary and I don't know. Just after a while, it just went downhill. He still isn't even playing. He got bought out by the Kings a while back, and he just hasn't been playing the last little while. I personally think he's done. He's really slow defensively. He's got a good shot, but yeah, I think he's done. I think Phaneuf's done. Uh, but yeah, no, like, gotta say, getting Berkey and Hextall, good job, good for you guys. You guys get back in the hockey world, and yeah, no, Hextall was obviously a crazy goalie back then. I used to see his clips all the time of him chasing players down the ice. He used to chase. I think I remember he chased Chelios down the hash marks of the face-off zone. He like attacked Chelios when he was on the Habs in that playoff series a long time ago. Crazy, crazy guy on the ice. But goalies were crazy back then, though. I mean, Billy Smith too. Billy Smith was probably the worst one. They used to fucking hit guys coming across the net. They could be like 6 feet away from them, and he still try to be swinging their stick at him like that. I'm like, holy shit, man, these guys are crazy. I could never imagine they would never allow that in the NHL now. NHL used to be pretty. I kind of pissed though. I kind of wish I grew up in that time. Hockey looked like so fucking fun back then. Like every game would end in a fucking line brawl. Like that's hockey right there, guys. That's hockey, but whatever. I still love the game regardless. I like how it is now in a lot of ways, but fuck it. um, I saw another thing actually. One last thing before we end this one. But I saw this rumor. I saw this rumor yesterday before last night actually. According to the Bleacher Report, the Raptors might be trying to trade Kyle Lowry. At this point, it makes sense. Honestly, they're obviously heading into a different direction from the looks of it. I think they're going to start rebuilding in next season. Obviously, all your old players are not going to be part of a rebuild. That's just how rebuilds work in the sports world. He's not going to be a part of it. I heard a rumor somewhere around Instagram that apparently his Toronto house is for sale. Might be true. Apparently, it's true. So that makes a trade imminent at this point. Like, the writing's kind of on the wall there. Um, I'll be sad if Kyle leaves. Kyle, obviously, Game 6 against the Warriors, he went ham. I remember when we won the NBA championship that year. Man, it's almost 2 years now. I missed that time. Life was so great back then. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, no. I honestly, I hope they trade Kyle to a team that has a chance to win this year. Like he deserves it. I mean, he won with the Raptors, but see him get another chip would be great. You know, and just how loyal he was too. Like he came to Toronto and just the team was just so bad. I remember I remember watching like his first game with them, and I was like, damn, I feel so bad for this guy. I feel so bad for Lowry, and he hasn't left or have like hasn't complained about the lack of talent around him over the years. Um, yeah, no, I gotta say yeah, I think a trade's imminent at this point. It's just a matter of if it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen at the deadline or maybe in the off season. But I think at the deadline, he'll probably be available. They could probably get a good package for him though. They'd probably get like maybe a draft pick and maybe a decent roster player. We'll see. I mean, he's kind of older now. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But if that does if it does is the end for him, then hey, Kyle Lowry, thanks for everything you did for the city and how loyal you wore your heart on your sleeve for the years, so many years, and the city loves you so much. Like um, especially 2019 with I'm telling you, I was talking about, I was gonna bring this up, but man, I miss that time. I miss 2019 so much in so many ways. It was a good year for the most part. Sports wise, it was a fantastic year. I mean, I saw the Patriots win a Super Bowl. My first as a Patriots fan. Uh, And again, I saw the Raptors and just how much the city was so like into it, you know, and like how everyone just came together and just was so happy. Um, just everywhere you went, it was just Raptors. It was like Beatles mania, you know, like it's just Raptors everywhere. Like everyone was talking about it. It was just the talk of the town. Um, Everyone was wearing their Raptors merch, you know, their shirts, their hats, their, you know, whatever it is, hoodies. Like it was just, it was something surreal, and I do miss that. And you know, everyone was so happy at the time, and the whole city was on like there's a different vibe, you know, just such a different vibe, and just seeing like the millions of people on the streets just having a good time and partying, and uh, yeah, if I can go back and if I was able to go to do a time machine or get a hold of a time machine and do that, I would just to be in that moment again. I would totally do it. Uh, Life was pretty good back then before all this COVID and this bullshit that's going on now. But yeah, the last time everyone I think for a while that everyone enjoyed life. So yeah, no, gotta say I missed that, and we'll definitely talk about more of the Raptors. Like when the 2 year anniversary comes up of when they won, we'll definitely touch that up in June. So yeah, I missed that time though. Definitely missed that time. But anyways, guys, this is I think we got had enough time here. This is Adrian and Project 24 here. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Always got to say that. I always forget in the beginning, and I fucking say it now. Anyways, this is Project 24, and we are signing off.